Hi there. This is Wolf Kelly from Denver, Colorado. Well, originally from Montana. And I was really impressed by the article and video made by Dan Savage and this campaign to get it out there to kids that high school is not the end of the world. And you can get through it. And it gets better. That's the important thing, is it gets so much better. I grew up in Montana. Went to elementary school and junior high in a little tiny town in Absaroka, Montana. And it was a pretty conservative area. It was and really small. I had about 30 kids in my class for most of the time. And I started knowing pretty early on that I was different. Found out what being gay was, and like, well, shoot, maybe that's what I am. But I, didn't talk about it much. But towards junior high, I admitted it to one of my friends. I thought, hey, maybe I am. What do you think? And I thought, well, just telling one person won't be bad. Well, he told a lot of people, and it got out. And I'd already been called fag and stuff like that, just because everybody gets called fag in high school, or, well, junior high and elementary school. And as soon as it got out that I told this person, it got bad. I, got notes written to me, about people gonna kick my ass, and just, between classes, people would say, terrible shit, and in the end, I got attacked. I got cornered by some guys in the locker room and got in a fight. And I ended up not getting too hurt. Got my head hit against a wall, but it was really shocking. And because of the fight, and because I'm a bigger guy and fought back, I kind of won in the school's eyes and hurt one of the other kids, which I feel bad for. I felt I was defending myself, but that wasn't really the way they saw it. So I ended up moving schools. That way, nobody would know. I could start over. My family was really supportive. They just understood I needed to get out of this school and moved me to another school kind of nearby. The other school was very small, Roberts, Montana. We called it Bob. Too big of a name for such a small town, so we'll call it Bob. I had 6 kids in my graduating class, and there I went, from 8th grade all the way to graduation, and had that opportunity to kind of start over, which was good. But I started hearing things, as I started becoming more aware. There were no other gay students that I know of in the school. It was pretty small, and the whole Matthew Shepard thing happened, where he was murdered in Wyoming, which isn't too far away from where I grew up. And I felt the need to talk about it. So finally, of course, the whole homo and fag thing was getting thrown around. Still, they were calling a lot of people that. And finally I said, yeah, so what? And they realized that it was true, and things started getting kind of bad again. And I kind of was ready to deal with it. It sucked a lot. Again, threats, things like that. And the piece de resistance was, I had a teacher who said he believed that if a gay guy happened to hit on him thinking he was gay or anything like that, he believes he should have the right to beat the shit out of him, attack him. I think it's just his right. And that was devastating to me to hear that from a teacher. The thing is as bad as it felt there, as much shit as I put up with, fights, things like that, I got out. I went to college. I now live in Denver, and I have amazing friends. Those people that you're trapped in school with right now, you may still be friends with some of them. If you meet some awesome people, you may be friends with them later. But those assholes that have been treating you like shit, you won't see them ever again unless you want to. And even if you do, you happen to see that guy that gave you a fucking swirly, or treated you like shit, or called you homo forever and did that stuff to you, you won't see them again. And even if they do, you do see them, they won't have any power over you. They'll just be that guy that you see, and it'll probably be awkward and kind of sad for them because you've moved on. I know I went back and I saw some of the people that attacked me in Absaroka, and they still are in the same town, working in the mines and the oil fields, and it just, here I've gone on and they're still there. And you get out. High school is not the end all be all. It's a place to learn and get the fuck out. As soon as you get out and you can choose your own friends and choose the people who you're around, it gets so much better. When I was going through all that stuff, dealing with these people treating me like that, I thought about doing bad stuff to myself. I thought about dropping out. I thought about hurting myself, and because I knew that I felt trapped. I felt like this was never going to end. How did I take another day at school, being called faggot and worrying about getting my ass kicked, and just the way that people treated me. Felt like I was a terrible person because I was a homo, because I couldn't help that I loved the people that I would love, would be men. And once I got out and met these people who I've kept friends with, and some I've even lost track with, but out there's so many better people, and you won't even hardly think back to high school except to think, man, that was crap. It was just something that I had to get through. It's kind of like getting a tooth pulled. Really loud-mouthed, rude tooth pulled. Or I guess a dentist would be a loud-mouthed, rude person. But you do get through it. It gets better. You get to be your own person. You get to put it all behind you. I mean, you'll remember that stuff, but you can take that crap that you heard and experienced and use it for good, and try and help other people if you can that have gone through it. Maybe one day you'll be making a video like this to say, hey, I made it, don't give up. It sucked, but you get through it, and don't hurt yourself, because it's not worth it. It's all going to get better from here. So I just wanted to send my video, say my piece about it, and say, don't give up hope. You'll get through it. And again, my name's Wolf Kelly from Denver, Colorado, and I wish you the best luck in school, guys and women. Right on.